What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
All right, so way back in February of 2018, I discovered that Metroid Prime 4 was being developed by Namco's Singapore team. And also, they were making an exclusive game, Ridge Racer 8, for the Nintendo Switch. Now, this version of Metroid Prime ended up being canceled in favor of going back to the original Prime developers with Retro Studios, and Nintendo's reasoning for that was that the current build did not live up to Nintendo's expectations of quality or what they expected out of a Metroid Prime title. They didn't state that Namco was working on the project, probably not to throw them under the bus, but it was Namco Singapore working on the port. But also, short time after I found out that Ridge Racer 8 was also canceled for the Nintendo Switch, and those reasonings were unknown because that game never was even officially announced. Well, now, at the tail end, or the end pretty much, mostly of the Nintendo Switch's life, we magically have footage of Ridge Racer 8 on the Nintendo Switch running from way back in 2017. So this proves that that game definitely was in development and it definitely was canceled. But that also opens up a big opportunity for Namco's version of Metroid Prime 4 to eventually be leaked, because this was the same exact development team working on these games at the same time. Now, I'm very interested to see what Namco's version of this game would look like, even if it was unfinished and very early, but they were working on it for over a year at least, maybe a couple years. So I'm very interested to see how the game looked, because I have a feeling that it probably didn't look terrible. It's just that Nintendo has really high standards when it comes to certain IPs, especially Metroid Prime, because these are like some of the highest rated games of all time. They don't exactly sell that well, but they're always highly rated and really good quality. I have a feeling sales-wise that's going to change with Metroid Prime 4. Hopefully you guys all buy this game for Switch or Switch 2. But I'm really interested to see what Namco's take of this was. However, if it does leak, which I think it eventually will, I hope that if it does, that it doesn't until after Prime 4 has been out for a while. Because if for some reason any of the ideas from the original version of Prime 4, if they're in the final Prime game from Retro Studios, that could potentially spoil parts of the game. Now, it's been so long since the reboot that might not really be the case, because they really took a long time, seriously redoing everything. But I still wouldn't be surprised if there's something it couldn't have been that terrible that they didn't use any of the ideas from Namco's version. But who knows? It's been in development so long, maybe they literally tossed everything out. But there is one thing there that I hope is in Retro Studios' version of Metroid Prime 4, and that's that the Namco's version was, based on my findings, was hinted to have some kind of multiplayer component. Now, the multiplayer on the Prime games that actually had it, like Metroid Prime 2 and also Metroid Hunters, they focused a lot on lock-on, but the fact that the Metroid Prime 4 features mouse controls and that lock-on is no longer necessary, that means that online, all of a sudden, in Metroid Prime's universe, is definitely more feasible now. So I do hope that Metroid Prime 4 does have some kind of multiplayer online component. It's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't, but I hope it does. I really hope it does. But I guess we'll see. We probably won't know about that until maybe they have the Prime 4 Direct, or if I find something else. But I'm very interested to see what Namco's version of Metroid Prime looked like and what just happened a couple days ago with this leak of Ridge Racer 8. Finally, after all these years, that possibility just shot up. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section.